Hey y'all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am doing another part in my declutter series. I'm really trying to pare down a lot of my collection to make room for new stuff, let's be honest here. And today I'm going to be doing palettes. So these are mostly going to be eyeshadow palettes, but there's definitely going to be a couple of face palettes thrown in there. Like I saw that I have a really old blush palette, for example, things like that. So I'm just going to be going through all of that. Just like last time, I'm going to try really hard to be savage and ruthless, but I will be the first to admit that eyeshadow palettes are really hard for me to get rid of. I'm always like, oh, but that one shade in there, I don't have it anywhere else. Well, then why keep the whole damn palette? It's just taking up space. So I'm just hoping that I can really go through these ruthlessly and be able to pass a bunch of these on to friends. Basically, just wish me luck because I do hoard eyeshadow palettes like a scotch. If you missed the first part of my declutter series, it will be linked in the description box down below, but I have this bin where I'm gonna be putting everything, and right now I still have all my face products in it that I decluttered, so I'm hoping to just keep filling this because I wanna see exactly how much makeup I got rid of by the end of this whole declutter. So I think next after this is gonna be lips. Whew, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough, but I'm really curious to see how many palettes I can get rid of. But two quick things. First of all, if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Linda. I'm a cruelty-free YouTuber, and I always want to help you decide whether makeup, skincare, hair care products are worth your money, whether they are drugstore priced or luxury high-end. I just want you to spend your money wisely. So if you're into that, please consider hitting that subscribe button, becoming a part of the Rockstar fam. Just give this video a thumbs up if you feel like it, because that's really, really cool, and I like seeing those little thumbs up. Or just hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. If you have been here for a minute, you might be noticing the candle in the background that is just some generic thing. Well, that's because Rooster died. So he does have his little metal cat skeleton sticking out, but the rest of the wax still stuck there. This is so crazy to me. I can't decide whether I want to leave him like this in the sheet or whether I want to melt him off. Doesn't it kind of look like he's riding a horse though? I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to have like a new cat candle in the background, but for all of you who have missed it, the reason why I stopped talking about it for a while is because my intros were getting a little too long, and I just want to get right to the content. And on that note, let's do some declutters. All right, so again, we have the Alex drawers from IKEA. I have two sets of the tall ones, and my palettes lie between both of these. So for the most part, my eye palettes are here. There's a couple up here. They're just all over the place. So I'm just gonna bring them out and show you. Okay, let's start with these 8. I'm gonna tell you right now, all 8 of these are staying. So this is my very old Sugar Pill Pro palette. This is one of my go-to bright color palettes. You can pry this out of my cold dead hands, okay? This is the original Urban Decay Naked palette. I believe I got this in 2010. So has the expiration date passed? Likely. Am I getting rid of this? Never, ever, ever. So I have used this, like, to say I've hit pan in this color naked is an understatement. Also Buck, also Half Baked. I mean, I've hit pan, I'm about to hit pan on Hustle any second now. I still love this palette. It still performs so beautifully. This is a keep. The Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, I did vote this as my top palette of 2020. So this is absolutely not going anywhere. This is so unbelievably beautiful. If you like gold tones, this palette is an absolute must-have, but I also feel like this is a great neutral palette. This is a great gift palette. This is just an amazing palette all around. And look at that cover. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. The Naked Heat palette, I feel like no one talks about this anymore, but I really love this palette. This is obviously very warm toned. There are no cool tones here to be found, but I just feel like it's really, really underrated. The colors are really beautiful. You can make some different looks out of it. It does go quite deep with color ashes over here, and even on Fuego is very deep. I adore this. I adore this. I don't know why more people don't talk about it. This is a keep, and look at that cover. Urban Decay kills it with the covers. The Melt Cosmetics Rust palette is absolutely staying. These probably all look the same to you guys, but I love these deep, warm, rich, yummy browns and golds and that, oh gosh, look at that color. Look at Redux over here. These are just stunning. And of course we have my disgusting baby poop mustard yellows, which, you know, are near and dear to my heart. This is staying. The Melt Cosmetics Vita palette is 100% staying. Besides mustard yellow, chartreuse is my favorite color, so Both of these colors are right up my alley. And look at Serape. Look how beautiful that shimmery green is. And I am almost like dipping way into Mexicana over here and Pan Dulce. It's just such a beautifully rounded palette. I feel like this one did not get as much love as the Muerte palette, but this is a definite keep. So you might notice that the Muerte palette is not here. I'm gonna say something that's gonna have a whole bunch of you unsubscribe, leave me hate mail, dox me, send me death threats. I got rid of the Muerte palette, okay? Don't hate me. I got rid of the Muerte palette. As much as I really, really loved it, I found that there were people in the makeup community that I was in that wanted it so much more, and I was not using it enough. So I'll be honest, I sold it. I got rid of it. I did pay full price for it. I did not get it in PR, but I did wind up selling it, so that's why it's not here. The Gemini palette. You might be wondering why I have two of these. Well, this is my original Gemini palette. I have to be very careful. So as you can see, the color is completely shattered. This one fell out altogether, but nonetheless, this is still my all-time favorite palette. The colors in here are so beautiful, even if this one is a mess. So it took me a very long time, but I finally took all of your advice and I emailed Melt and just said, is there anything I can do with these shadows to press them back in? And I know how to repress a shadow, but I wanted Melt's opinion. What else can I do that I'm not doing? Within 10 minutes, they replied to me and said, nope, we're sending you a brand new one. And they didn't charge me, and it arrived to me in, I want to say, 3 days. So this one is brand new and stunning and perfect. I'm saving this as a backup. I've never used a backup palette in my life, but considering that this is my favorite palette of all time, they're both a key. Okay, let's start with this one. This is brand new to me. This is the Viseart Warm Edit palette. I haven't even dipped into this yet. This was sent to me by one of you guys, one of my lovely subscribers, and I am beyond thankful. I'm very bad at accepting gifts, so this meant a lot to me. So I'm excited to try this. I haven't used it yet though. Let me know if you guys would want to see a tutorial with this. This is the Caliente palette by Artist Couture, and I loved this. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I was so surprised with how much I loved it. The tones are just really deep, and these shimmers are just kind of unbelievably beautiful. I was shocked by this, and I love how tiny it is. This is a keep. The Alamar Cosmetics palette, this is the Reina del Caribe one. I am absolutely keeping this. This again was a BoxyCharm, but I have really dug into this. Like you can see the huge dip in Celia over here and also in Tropico. I have really dug into this. I love this palette. This is a keep. The Natasha Denona Bronze palette. I do not understand why this one does not have everyone running for it. This is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I can't even, like this color Silk, I'm barely touching it, and the metallic sheen off of it is just unreal. Look at that. Oh gosh. This palette is insane. So this is one of the MIDI palettes. This is one of the $65 palettes, worth every penny. This is a keep. Another fairly new one. This is the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's So Jaded. I wanted this for so long, and it really did not disappoint. I love the range of jewel tones to completely neutral colors to shimmers to, yes, I even like the pressed glitters. They're all so beautiful. So I really love this. This is a keep. I think you all know that you can pry the Natasha Denona Sunset palette out of my cold dead hands. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time as well. I have really made some dents in this. The warm tones, the fiery tones, the neutrals, the shimmers. This is my dream palette. This is a keep. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size Hot Jalapeno palette. This, again, is going to be a keep. Look at those shimmers. This is a $3 palette, and it performs like an expensive palette. Like, look at that pigment and the shimmer in it. These are so beautiful. Like, I didn't love all of them, but I really loved Hot Jalapeno. This is staying. Okay, let's start with the Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette. This is, say it with me, it's staying. I absolutely adore this palette. I did not expect to love it as much as I did. I was not expecting these tones to be as completely rich and pigmented as they are. It's just stunning, and like the multi-chromes are just, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This is staying. Let's get rid of one. Okay, we can get rid of this. This is the Dose of Colors Baked Browns. While this was very nice, this came to me like this. And I don't know why I kept it. I think I've used this palette like twice. There's still some good use out of these colors and even a little brush in there, but this can go. The Dose of Colors and I Love Sarah E palette. Oh gosh, these are so beautiful. God, I'm a mess. But I really love this palette as well. You've got only 2 mattes and 4 shimmers, but they all work so well together. And look at that black shimmer. That is so unique, and this is staying. Here's a palette that can go. This is just a lovely neutral brown palette by Collab. I did enjoy this, and it does work quite well, but I have all these colors in formulas I like a little bit better, so this one can go. The ColourPop Yes Please palette. Gosh, this is what most of my palettes look like, you guys. Do you see what a mess I am? I try to be clean, I really do, but this is absolutely staying. I feel like this palette doesn't get enough love either, but I've made significant dips on this one. The colors are very bright and very vibrant, and this is very inexpensive, and it's staying, as disgusting as it is. Do we really need to talk about the Juicy Olive palette? Do we really need to even question if this is leaving my possession? Nope. These dirty, dirty greens are the stuff that dreams are made of. This formula, the stuff that dreams are made of. Look at that. Look, look. Oh, God, give me all the dirty greens. This is not going anywhere, staying. So here's one I'm surprisingly going to let go of. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette. It's nice, it really is, but I feel like the quality of it is not the same quality that is in her bigger palettes. So this one, as pretty as it is, I feel like it can go to a better home, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I think I'm kind of shocking myself with this one, but I think that the ColourPop Honey palette can also go. It's really beautiful, and I feel like a lot of people hated this palette, and I didn't understand the actual hate for it because I feel like these colors were really metallic and really beautiful, and the mattes were very pigmented, but I don't use this one enough. I have all these colors and formulas that I like a little bit better, so this is gonna go to a new home. The original Nubian palette by Juvia's Place is one of my favorite all-time palettes. Look at that dip, look at that dip. I adore this palette so, so, so much. Again, very warm, very rich colors, but the quality is next level. This is staying. Another fairly new one to my collection, the ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christie. Oh God, look how pretty this is. I just can't get enough of this. This is just so beautiful. I've used this many times. It keeps getting better. This is staying. This is something I'm keeping for nostalgia purposes. It doesn't take up much space, but this is the very first MAC quad I ever created, and it holds sentimental value for me. This is very old. The colors are still fine, but I obviously don't buy MAC anymore because I have gone cruelty-free, but this kind of just is very sentimental to me, so I'm keeping it. Okay, I'm excited about this one because I see a lot that can go. Let's start with this. This is the Bad Habit. Now, Bad Habit is not around anymore as far as I know. Have they changed to Alter Ego? I know there was some weirdness. Some people say they're 2 different companies. I'll have to look more into that. But this is the Athena palette, and this was supposed to be a dupe for a Huda beauty palette. I just don't love this. I've used it a bunch of times. I tried to make it work. It didn't work for me. This is gonna go. This is the Ace Beauté. Is anybody else watching a whole lot of Nady? This is the Vintage Dawn palette. This one is really, really, really beautiful. Oh gosh, do I want to get rid of this? Oh gosh, you know what? I'm trying to be savage here. I'm gonna get rid of this. It's very pretty, but I don't use it enough. This is another one you will never take from me. This is my Color Green Vivid Pigments. I own 2 rainbow palettes. This is one of them. The quality of these is amazing. This is an all matte palette. I adore this. This is staying. Here's another one that can go. This is the Alter Ego Artemis palette, and this is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Metropolis. I have seen people create such beautiful, stunning looks with this, but no matter how hard I tried, I was not impressed with the quality. I don't know if I'm just a snob now or what, but I just wasn't impressed. So I think somebody else maybe can make great looks out of this because I can't. So this will go to a new home. I wish this was still available so I could link you all, but this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foil finger paints. First of all, that packaging. I think this is the prettiest packaging out of anything I own. It is raised. Look just how beautiful that is. you have these 4 shimmer shades that are so intensely smooth and creamy. Don't these look like little boobs, by the way? And like rubbing up on the nipple over here. But they are just incredibly, incredibly foiled and metallic. This is so beautiful. They do have something similar, so I will try to link this down below, but this is not going anywhere. This is a keep. Here's another one that can go. This is a brighter palette by Collab, and again, the quality is very nice. The colors are very pretty, but I just don't use this enough, so I'm hoping somebody else will get good use out of it. I really enjoy this. This is the Pure Festival palette. Oh gosh, I really just don't use this enough, though. It's so, so pretty. Oh gosh, what should I do? What should I do? I keep just staring at it, like especially, I know people don't like pressed glitter, but, oh, that looks like crap, huh? What about you, my friend? Nothing can, you know what? This can go. We need to make room, right? This can go. I'm sad about it, but it can go. And then we have this one. This is a very old Z palette with just a bunch of singles in it from various brands, and I'm keeping this absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. These are just all different brands. Like I know we have, I think JD Glow is over here. Is this all JD Glow? Yep, that's JD Glow. Some of these are definitely MAC. Some of these I believe are Makeup Geek. I'm keeping this. Oh, here's another one where I know I'm gonna get rid of a bunch. Let's start with this guy. This came in a BoxyCharm. This is the Hank & Henry Living in Color palette. Really nice. The quality was actually pretty good, but honestly, I hate this packaging so much. Do you see how incredibly thick this is? There's no reason for that, but the colors were nice, but just not enough where I'll get use out of it. This can go. Another one that can go, this is also from Bad Habit. This is the After Dark palette. Again, you have those warm, beautiful colors that really do attract me, but the quality for me just wasn't there. I did try, as you can see, to use this a bunch of times, so this can go. Here is another one that's going to go. I used this several times, but this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. Very pretty neutrals. They're all shimmer except for one matte over here. I have all these. I have them all, and I have them in quality that I enjoy more, so this can go. This palette is absolutely staying. Just kidding, this is going. So you might have seen my videos with these. I made 2 because the first one, when I made it, I was convinced that there was something wrong with my palette because I was trying so hard. I was trying all different types of primers and brushes and sponges. Nothing worked. So e.l.f., they were kind enough to send me a replacement palette. So I tried that and it was just as bad. I have seen some pretty looks out of these, but these are both going. Another palette that can go, okay, now I'm doing better. This is the Butter London Natural Goddess palette. First of all, this color story does nothing for me. The quality was fine. I did use it, I think, all of once, but now this can go. The Butte Bean and Shroud It's Freaking Bats. This is not going anywhere. I waited too long for this, but no, seriously, I love this palette. The quality is next freaking level. This is staying. Another one that's not going anywhere is the Venice Fling palette. This is the Bailey Sarian collab with Estate Cosmetics. I was not expecting to love this as much as I did. Of course, the color story is beautiful, but the quality is so good. I really, really loved this. Like this shade, Ocean Avenue, I did not think that I would love this nearly as much as I do. It's just a really pretty pink shimmer. I love it. This is staying. We have another Ace Beauty. This is the Grandiose palette. Okay, yeah, this one can definitely go. It's very pretty. Again, quality is nice. These, like, just, I don't know. I just don't love this. This can go. Here's one that's going to stay for sentimental purposes. This is the Anastasia and Tamana Dress Your Face palette. Oh gosh, I love this. This is one of the first high-end palettes I ever bought. I wonder if there's a date on here. Well, let's just say this is very old, and it says the shelf life is 6 months, so I'm still saving it. I don't care. This is definitely a sentimental value purchase. Oh my God, look at this. I never took the label off the mirror. Well, I'm not doing it now. Then we have this guy. So this is the original Melt Cosmetics Rust Stack. I've talked about this before. I hated this packaging. It just wasn't for me. And I have all these shades now in the new Rust palette, so this can go to another home. I hope somebody loves this because seriously, this is such good quality. Okay, 5 palettes left from the drawer. Let's start with this one. So This is the Kat Von D and Divine collection, and it is shattered to all holy hell again. I'm absolutely keeping for sentimental purposes because it is Baltimore based, and John Waters and Divine, who I love Divine, and Divine's grave is actually very close to where I live. I've gone to visit her a few times. I love Divine. This is staying. The Tartist Pro palette. Let's see. So this is a neutral palette, obviously. What do I want with this? The colors are so beautiful. They're just really stunning. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let this go because I think that somebody else can get much better use out of this and really give it the love that it deserves. So you're gonna go to a new home. The Natasha Denona Peak palette. This was a BoxyCharm palette, and I'm keeping this. I love this. And I know some people did not like this, but the quality of it for me was A+++. This is staying. The Tartist Pro Remix. Ew, look at my fingerprints on here. Dirty. This one is still gonna stay. These shimmers and metallics are amazing. Like, I need to revisit this one. I really do. Like, do you see this purple with the pink sparkle in it? It is unreal. Like, the shimmers are so good. Now, there are very, very few mattes in here. We have a matte black, a matte tan, and a matte beige. That's it. Everything else is shimmer. But I really like this. And I also like that it's, you know, it says remix, and you think of remixing a record, and it's like, it's delightful. So this is gonna go. This is a palette that I made with a bunch of MAC shadows back in the day. And you know what? It's shattered and old, really old. I think I might just throw this away. This looks brand new though. Is this MAC? I don't know what brand that is, but it looks brand new. But you know what? I haven't used it and it's broken. Oh, sentimental purposes, but this is gonna go in the trash. Moving on to some more face palettes. So this is the Cover FX Face Perfector palette. I really enjoy this. I need to use this more because all of it was so good. The two highlighters were stunning. I loved this finishing powder that has such a hint of shimmer to it. This is staying. The Wander Beauty Trip for Two is also going to stay. I wound up loving this as a bronzer. It looks so light, but on me it was perfect, so this is staying. Here's another one that can go. This is another Bad Habit palette. This is the Rosé Highlight Collection. I think this was supposed to be a dupe for Anastasia something or other. Again, I didn't love this. It was okay, but the quality was powdery and it wore off very quickly on me. This is gonna go. Here's another one that can go because you know what? It's broken and I don't use it enough. This is the BH Cosmetics 10 Color Blush Palette. I really did use the hell out of this, but you can't tell. It's really nice. The quality is very, very good, but it's a big palette and I don't use it enough, so this can go. Here's another one that surprised me, the Laura Geller Multitasking Balm Trio. The quality is so good and I do still use this. It looks really dirty and unused, but I promise you I use it. So you have a blush, a contour bronzer, and then a highlighter. This is amazing. This is a keep. The Alamar Cosmetics Blush Palette. Oh gosh, why don't I use this enough? These have such a gorgeous sheen to them and the quality is lovely, so this is staying. This is one of my favorites. Look at that packaging, first of all. So beautiful. This has varying shades of highlighter. So these are best when you put them over something or use them just as like an inner corner highlight or something like that. But you've got, you know, obviously pink, purple, peach. You have all these different tones, including green and blue. And it's so good and it is so never talked about, and I don't get why. This is staying. So I thought I was done, but I found more. I have an issue. So I recently did get a package from Ofra and I am so thankful, but this I've been using the heck out of already. This is one that I had in my collection. This is the Soul palette. So this was one of their more expensive palettes, but I really feel like it's worth it because look at the size of the two highlighters you get. And also this is basically a highlighter. It's a little deep for my skin tone, but I've used it as eyeshadow, and you have two darker powders here, which you can use for brows. You have a blush, a banana powder, a contour, like you've got so much. This is a full face palette. I love this. This is staying. Then you have the Good to Go palette, which is fairly new. Oh God, again, look at these colors. I love the way they do face palettes because it's literally an all-in-one. You can create so many looks with this. I haven't dipped into this yet. Let me know if you'd like to see a look on this too, because oh God, I love it. Look at that mint green, giving me life. Also a good message. So this is the Empowered palette, and I'm very interested in this one because the color story is pretty unique. I mean, you've a shimmery, sparkly purple, an olive green, a mint green, a brown, and then a dark green. Like, I feel like this makes sense, but the purple does throw me off a little bit, but I'm still curious enough that I want to try this. That kind of like minty gold. Oh, so pretty. This is a keep. All right, so this is my keep pile. I still have to put this back in the drawers very nicely. So here are all of the palettes I'm getting rid of. I'm actually proud of myself because palettes are genuinely the hardest thing for me to let go of because, I don't know, I feel like I never have enough. But now that I'm looking at it, we are getting rid of 21 palettes. That is a lot. Holy crap. But I'm glad because now I can make room in my collection for things I really, really, really enjoy that are unique. Here is my first drawer looking nice and organized, and the second drawer, it has so much room. I'm so happy. All right, I think I did pretty well. Of course, I'm sure I could have gotten rid of a lot more, but I really do like my makeup collection, and I am a makeup collector as well as a makeup enthusiast. So altogether, I got rid of 21 palettes. That still sounds like a lot to me, so I'm proud of myself. I'm giving myself a little bit of a round of applause, if you will, a little pat on the back. This is now much heavier than it was before, and it's like 2/3 of the way full. Thankfully, the rest of the products are all much smaller in size, so this will all fit, but I think this is gonna be full by the end of this declutter. All right, that is it. I want you to comment down below and let me know if any of the things I've decluttered are your absolute favorites or what you think in general. If you're all really mad at me for getting rid of that Muerte palette, I'm sure there's going to be a few of you. Or just to say hi because I love talking to you all. So that is it. Again, please give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. You all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. And I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.